Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Dear respected elders and brothers in Islam, we will now continue with the miracles of the Prophet, peace be upon him. Imam Bukhari and Imam Muslim have stated in their hadith collections on the authority of Hazrat Abu Hurairah radiyallahu anhu that the Prophet, peace be upon him, observed, "Before the doomsday comes, so much violent fire will come out of Hijaz that it would light the necks of the camels walking on the land from Syria to Basra. This is to say that the fire will be so tremendous that it will come out of the Hijaz, and its light will be so illuminative that the camels of Syria will walk in its light." The prediction also proved true. During the last period of the Abbasid rule, the fire came out of the sacred city of Medina on the 4th Jamadi ul-Akhir, on Friday after Isha. That fire was so huge that it looked like a big city, in which its fort, tower, turret were appearing. This fire was 12 miles long, 4 miles wide, and 1.5 man's stature high. It moved like a flood, with billows, and it thundered like lightning. It had this strange characteristic that it burnt the stones and dissolved the mountains to flow like powder, but it had no effect on the trees. Its light was such that the Madanis worked at night as if it were day. The people saw its light till Makkah, Basra, and Thima. Allama Gistalani was alive during this period. He has written a permanent book about the fire. It is stated in this book that this fire lasted from 3rd Jumadi al-Ula till 27th Rajab, i.e. for 54 days. Sayyid Samhudi in his book Kitab al-Wafa bi Akbar Idarul Mustafa, and Sheikh Abdul Haq Muhaddith Delwi in his book Jazb ul-Qulub, and in his translation of Mishkat has given its description. The prediction of the Prophet, peace be upon him, was stated in the books Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim several hundred years before the happening of this event, and it proved so true that nobody can dare deny its predictions being materialized. May Allah Almighty shower His blessings and peace on His true Prophet, his progeny, and his companions. The next miracle of the Prophet, peace be upon him. In the hadith collection of Imam Dawood, it is stated, on the authority of Hazrat Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu, that the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "There will be a big city on the bank of the river Tigris, and a big bridge over it. In the last era, the Turks will broad faces and small eyes will attack and encamp at the bank of the river. The Muslim population will be divided into 3 groups. One group will load their luggage on the bulwarks and run away from the city. The second group will surrender and take the shelter of the Turks. Both these groups will be ruined. The third group will keep their families in the city and will march forward and will fight against the Turks. This group will receive the status of martyrdom in the war." This prediction of the Prophet, peace be upon him, also proved true word by word. Thus, during the rule of the Abbasid Caliph, Mutasim Billah, Tatar Turks attacked the Muslim populated city of Baghdad. There is also the river Tigris in Baghdad, and there was a bridge also on the river in those days. The Turks besieged the city. The Muslims who fled from the city with their families could not save themselves, and the Turks killed them. Some Muslims begged shelter from the Turk invaders, Mutasim Billah and some nobles being amongst them. They promised loyalty to the Turks, but the Turks murdered them also. The third group consisted of such persons who fought war against the disbelievers. Allah Almighty bestowed martyrdom upon this group. The first 2 groups were defeated both in this world and the world hereafter, because they lost their life and could not get their status of martyrdom in the world hereafter. The third group attained a good name for bravery and their doomsday was also set right. The book, a hadith collection of Imam Abu Dawood, which contains this prediction, was written 400 years before the event. It discloses the truth of the Prophet, peace be upon him, sallallahu alaihi wasallam.